Hey guys, I want to make a quick video about how to easily farm crest, especially runed and then into gilded crest, especially now that the turbo boost is active. So if you're watching this at a later date and the turbo boost is no longer in effect, then you know the numbers might change, but I think this general strategy should still work out. I believe delves are probably the easiest way to farm crests, especially if you don't want to do Mythic Plus or whatever. But this is Fungal Folly, and it is right here on the map. You just fly basically south from Dornegal. And the reason why we're doing this one is it has the little spores, and they blow things up, which mean that you don't actually have to kill anything. You mostly rely on the spores to do the lifting. Now I'm playing a rogue. Rogue is the squishiest class in the game, but even that class can start at like 620, 630 eye level at tier 11 delves, just because of the way that you can play this one delve. Anyway, just to eliminate some questions here, this is the talent loadout I'm using. This is straight up copied from Wowhead, so if you're interested, go to Wowhead. Anyway, we're just going to go through here, and I'm going to kind of talk us through this. This should only take like 10 minutes or so, and I'm going to talk about what I'm doing, and then about delves and gearing as we go along. So there's going to be a lot of ums and stuff because I am split focused. So please bear with me. I do like my saying Okay, so you see the little exploding spores here. We're just going to aggro some stuff, and we're trying to get it underneath the spore. The spore's going to get big like that, and he goes boom. And you see how much damage that did? Notice I haven't really taken a whole lot of damage. Now, I could have just kited him back into it, but I am geared enough now that I can kind of finish things off as we go. Now, the first three delves... Oh, okay. So, the first three delves of each week, Bountiful, that's where they've got the little golden doorway on them. When they're bountiful, the first three ones will give you 7 gilded each, plus some ruined and stuff. But you know, most likely you're trying to go for the gilded. That's the ones that are really hard to get. But those are only the first three. It's a really odd number, right? 21. I did the math on it. Upgrades cost 15. The least common multiple between 21 and 15 is 105. So you got to farm up 105 for you to be able to evenly spend all of the crust that you earned. Like, what are you going to do with the 6, you know, that would be left over from one upgrade? Anyway, what was I saying? So the first, you'll get the first 21 from the first 3 bountiful delves. In that time, you will probably get a treasure map. You can force it with the wave scrambler, but in my experience, you know, by the time you do your first 4 bountiful delves for the week, which is usually where I stop, you'll probably get a treasure map, or at least the underpin spawn, which will give you the treasure map. And if you do the treasure map at the end, that'll give you 20 gilded as well. But after all that, after you've done the first 3 and you've done your treasure map, you're kind of out of luck for the for gilded from directly from delves, and now you gotta you're dependent on getting the rune crest, and you have to do a conversion. You can go all the way up to 8 out of 8 champion, but if you want to, you know, get 8 out of 8 on your hero track gear, then you'll need to do some conversions, and that's 45 to 15, right? 45 rune to 15 gilded. But even then, delve can take on the low end 7 minutes, but likely, you know, 10 minutes or so. And you have to do 3 of those for 15 Gilded Crests, which is, you know, that's about as fast as doing it on Mythic Plus. 7 on Mythic Plus is going to take you about half an hour. And lo and behold, it'll take that about that long to farm the equivalent number of crests. What the? Get over here, you little bastard. Alright, here he goes. Being annoying. Sometimes they just don't want to come. But with a fast farm like this, I got hit by it. Oh, I didn't blow me up. With a fast farm like that, you know, especially if you're a DPS, like, I don't do this on my tanks unless I'm just, you know, really want to veg out or something like that. On my tanks or my healers, I'll just do Mythic Plus because, you know, instant Q, but I'm a rogue and I have to freaking fight red paladins and palace druids who could be healing or tanking and lowering my Q time. But instead, they're doing DPS. I have to fight with them for DPS slots. So I'll do delves on my my rogue just because it tends to be faster, especially not during when, you know, after prime time. Like, it's, you know, almost 3 o'clock in the morning right now. But also, it's a nice change of pace. It's kind of chill. As you can see here, we're not really doing anything strenuous or, you know, anything like that. It's really chill to do a delve, which is kind of its appeal, but as you can see, it's rinse and repeat. You run up, you aggro something, and then you run it under a spore and let it do the dirty work. Occasionally, you know, get over here. Yeah. A waste of time here. Yeah, whatever. This one is probably the easiest one. This I forget the name of it, but it's the scouts one. If I remember at the end of the video, I'll take a look. But you rescue the scouts. That's probably the fastest one. So if this one's up, you almost certainly want to take that as your cue to go farm some delves. Because this is definitely the easiest one that I know of. And there are other easy ones. As you can see, I'm playing a rogue, but stealth isn't really a big factor here. I could do some tricks, like I can stealth nearby some of these orbs, the spores, and I could stay in stealth and blow them up on things and never ever leave stealth. So that is one thing that you can do if you are a stealth class. But like here, I should show it on a mob, but as you can see, it still gets big and it'll still blow up on the mobs, and they won't aggro on you either. So let me see if I can do that over here. They won't actually aggro. So I can make this one blow up. It'll hit this guy. Will it? See, I'm not in combat, so it doesn't even hurt me. We're near the end. This is the one part where you do have to actually do mechanics and do some decent-ish damage. I don't know why I started coughing all of a sudden. Guess I started yapping too much. Here we are at the end. Don't try blowing these spores up on this guy. It doesn't do anything. He's immune. I'm going to evasion. That's a rogue trick that I can do. Normally you would want to run away. And if you're looking at my DPS numbers, you can see I'm not an amazing rogue or anything. These are average at best numbers. I just shadowed. Now I gotta run away. Whee! Oh, I forgot to get my Crimson Tempest up. As I said, average at best rogue. Alright, I'm gonna vanish for rogue reasons. Gotta get out of here. I vanished at the wrong time. Oh, stop it. Did I at least? Yeah, I got it. I was trying to get this mark on him.
Watch your step.
Let's go again. Oh, I need energy. Give me energy. Alright, he's dead. And the delve is done in 9 minutes and 30 seconds. So even with me yapping along, we got it done. So, by the way, something I meant to mention is you do need to at least get 3 out of the 4 nemesis. And if you do that, there'll be 10 rune crests in here, and then a piece of loot or something other, or a head or something like that. And then in the nemesis box, if you do at least 3 out of 4, I don't know what 4 out of 4 gets you. I've done it before. I can't tell the difference. But 3 out of 4, you get 5 rune crests. So each one of these runs can give you 15. So you do 3 runs, and you get 45. When you have 45, then you can convert that to gilded, right? Obviously, if you're just upgrading champion track gear, you can fully upgrade champion track just on rune crest, and that'll go really quick. It really starts slowing down once you have to do the 45 to 15 conversion. Anyway, that was the run. As you can see, super simple, super chill, and happy farming. Toodaloo.